Alright guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Low-Key Bunny, for those that don't know who I am, and I'm going to be talking today to you guys about more things specifically when it comes to these 100x coins, these meme coins, these shit coins, as some shall say. I also want to kind of diversify it with our conversation, kind of talk about yield farming, and how I also will be doing some diversification in that as well, and also explaining to you, for those that have also been on my channel maybe for the last year or two, who are not completely familiarized with the sector, how to get familiarized with it and how to be able to profit and to be able to protect your investments as much as possible in this crazy DeFi space. Today's date is actually a special date. Happy holidays for those. Today is 4/20. Let's go ahead and have our celebrational blunt, as they say, right? So allow me to spark this up. We're going to go over several different coins today. The concept specifically here is to kind of like go over what we can do, first of all, when it comes to protecting our investments, specifically in these pump.fun investments. I want to dig into some third-party tools that we can use, look at some analytics that kind of helps us essentially look under the hood, so to speak, before we start to doing our investments. I also want to get deeper and dive deeper into community as for how, especially with these pump.fun websites, how essentially the community itself can, help enrich your pockets. You know, you really, it's interesting when it comes down to it, because I actually been following a specific coin, and I'm going to tell you first of all, foremost, you know, like I always tell in my videos, this is not, financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, you know, simply invest some money that you can afford to lose. So when I talk about a specific entity, don't feel like, you know, it's essential pump. I have to give kind of like references. I have to give kind of case studies, so to speak. So kind of, I do want to do a case study today. Let me be transparent and honest with you. I have not invested into this case study, but if I was a smart man, just to be completely transparent, I probably should. Cause any type of promotion for a specific coin is promotion, and it gives kind of an eye on it. So, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I might put like a couple bucks into this coin, but I'm not doing it on the purpose to pump. I'm just doing it on the purpose to kind of teach guys out there, and using one as a specific case study. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get our minds right, so to speak. I got these glasses here, the Ray-Bans, and these glasses here, honestly, are, well, let's just say, taking time getting used to. I don't usually wear glasses, but I just was told recently by my doctor that I am able to wear glasses, subscriptions. So you get older, you get wiser, but you start losing your vision. It is what it is. So let's get into it. So today's 4/20. I want to dive into the computer now. Let's go over Pub Fun and see what's actually happening. Then I'll come back into storytell mode. I call this, like, you know, you and I mode, guys. I'll come back into that. We'll go into the propositions for yield farming, what that consists of is, the nuances, and, you know, as far as the possible dangers in that particular ecosystem. But with that being said, let me grab some water here. Happy 4/20, everybody, by the way. Hold on a moment. All right, let's do this, shall we? So let's go to first pump, right? Let's start off there. So pump is fucking interesting, guys, because I understand why it's so crazy. At first you get to yourself and you say, why are so many people putting so much money into these shit coins, right? Like literally every single day, every single second, money is being pumped. I'll choose a random one. And again, I do not recommend investing in any of these shit coins, because there's a reason for their madness. There's literally a reason why they're investing in it. And I'm going to go into that detail very, very, very shortly. So let's just choose a random one here. So let's say this one here. So again, to reiterate for those that are still getting kind of used to this ecosystem, this is pump.fun. It runs on two different type of networks, two type of different chains, Solana and Blast. Solana, aka Sol, is a chain that is a pretty fast network that doesn't require too much fees. It's very easy to use. It's not like Ethereum where the gas prices are substantially high. So, people tend to go with this. Also, the funny thing about this kind of reminds me of, in the gamble world, there's actually, let me show you guys something actually here, right? In the gamble world, there is actually this game that people consistently use to play. It's like an almost addictive game. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it before. I want to give you an example if I can just pull it up real quick. No, it's not Snake. It's fucking what is it called? It's I don't want to really promote a gamble site right now, so I don't want to go to it, but I'll try to explain it to my best of my abilities. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the site. You guys can go here if you want, but I would not recommend it if I was you. But you can go to stake.com. I probably will get saying I can't go here because I'm in the U.S. But I'm trying to find the name of it. Yeah, I'm in the U.S. Of course. But there's a freaking gamble game, right? There's a gamble game that consists of a rocket ship, right? Let me go back to story mode real quick here. There's a gamble game that like consists of a rocket ship, and that rocket ship basically starts out at zero, right? Crash. That's the fuck what it's called. Let me go back. Fuck. That's what it's called. It's called Crash. Crash. This like literally is going to give you an example from a gambler's perspective of how investors are treating pump.fun. I don't know if I can, maybe I can show you like yeah, well, you know what? I can just show you a YouTube video. That'll be better. I don't have to go to the actual gamble site. Don't want to promote that. We don't do that, do we? Let's go to YouTube, Crash Game. Here we go. All right, cool. So while this is, rolling, I can kind of like go into, detail. So basically what it comes down to it is we got this game here, right? If we can get off these advertisements. We got this game here. Okay, let me go back. Okay. So let me explain to what's going on here, guys. So what's going on is this little like freaking thing just goes up. It always goes up. It resets. It goes up, and essentially it's giving you the position of what your investment or your gamble for this matter case would be if you decided to pull out. Now, in this particular case, this game is called what's it called? It's called Crash. So therefore, this particular point, which you'll see actually right here, right? This actual point here will evidently crash or blow up at one point. And whoever is on that ship or whoever is still in that investment or that gamble will lose out on everything. It's like almost like a rug in a sense, right? But in a gamble world, it's just normal. It's not rug. It's just the end of the game or end of the gamble. So what people do is, and as you see here, there's like literally 169 people right now in this particular room, playing this quote unquote gamble, right? And as you can see as well, money is being put in this significantly. There's 265, 120, 525, 40, 39, 5,000, 26, the numbers go on and on and on and on. Beyond this, right? The money is being generated on a day-to-day basis where this game only lasts for like a few seconds. Okay. So now that you kind of get the concept, hopefully, of this crash, this is what this is when it comes to the pump world. Okay. So when you go to a coin or when you go to pump.fun specifically, the game starts as soon as you see that yellow. Well, technically it starts actually as soon as the coin gets put in the world, right? Once the coin gets put in the world, then what happens basically from that point is it's now able to be bought and be able to be sold. Okay. So then when it is being able to be bought and it's able to be sold, you get into things such as, candlesticks that usually traders would see, like, seasonal traders. And I get it. I completely get it. The thing is this, like, we have people that have watched this channel that are not traders. They wish they could. They wish that's why they sit back and they give their money to people that hopefully would be able to do some good with it. But a lot of times in the DeFi world, especially in the old HRIPs, that was not the case, right? So now you have these somewhat investor slash DeFi guys that coming in here. And you go in here and you're seeing these green sticks, these candlesticks, and these red candlesticks. And all you're seeing essentially, just like in Wall Street, is when people buy, it goes up. When people sell, it goes down. So if you get a lot of buy frequency, you're going to see a large candlestick. Like, for example, right here. Right? Like this will explain buys, buys, buys. Like it was just a bullish time. This is literally human nature, in numerical, uh, you know, the visuality. It's literally that is. It's really that simple. If you want to simplify this, as I know a lot of times people see these and they're just like, oh shit, it's trading. Oh, what? It's not that crazy. Red means people were just like, fuck it, get out of the project. I want to sell this. I want to get my money back, or I want to profit from it. Or lose profit, or stop the lost profit. And so, it's really simple. Like, hold on one moment. Let me set this up again. So let's actually kind of go through this in a way where we could explain where the profitability is taking place when it comes to specifically, platforms such as this, right? Or, not platforms. I'm sorry. The word is kind of, it's stated in my brain. More so like when it comes to tokens, when it comes to like fungible tokens like this. Okay. We're going to get into detail too eventually in regards to the process of getting in here and getting our feet wet. But for the time being, I just want to kind of give you guys an example of profitability when it comes to these type of plays, because I foresee that this is not going to stop, honestly. I do not think at all, one bit, that this is going to stop. I feel like this is going to continue to rise. But and then when I say that, I don't mean this particular coin. I mean specifically this ecosystem as far as investors wanting to get in and starting to get a lot of money quick and get out. Because that's what the whole thing is about, like DeFi, is trying to get quick money. Like they're trying to get quick money as quick as possible. And if there is a loss that takes place, let it be theirs. Let it be their own greed or your own greed, your own dissatisfaction as far as what happened, rather than a rug pull that something that you can't control, right? So let's get into some things. And I want to make these really, really simple. I don't want to overcomplicate shit. So when I start putting arrows, I'm like, oh shit, but let's just make things really simple, okay? Like all I'm doing is giving guys patterns here, okay? Really, this is patterns. And these patterns, at the end of the day, obviously diverse is different. Depends on anybody or any token that's used, they're all different. But there's different things in these patterns that, and all of them have actually a common thing. One, let's talk about it, is community, right? Let's put that on the board. One, the community. So depending on your community will very as well depend on what that pattern will be. We might have a YouTuber, or we might have a Twitter, or X, sorry, user that spreads interest with it. And that's why we're getting these buys. So the interesting about this specific way of, earning profit on a passive or active scale, because there's both ways are in here. There's not just passive. There's literally people in the system aggressively, making income, and that's actually active income, and that's through forms that we can talk about later, which is actually sniping, But I'll go into other details, and there's a lot of different subgenres here that has been created and been spread out in the ecosystem as far as crypto is concerned. Okay. Um. So, anyways, with that being said, let's continue on, right? So the thing about it is, let's talk about the best of both worlds, okay? Let's talk about the investor's mind state when it comes to a person that's coming in and what's it called, um, what's it called, a passive guy and an active guy. Because there's two different lanes in here, okay? There's a lane of right here, one lane. There's a other lane here. So one lane, when it comes to what's it called, passive guy, is he wants to try to obviously buy low and sell high. Every single thing here is trying to make things stupid simple for everybody so it doesn't overcomplicate shit. Because honestly, once motherfuckers put zeros all across the board right here, all types of stuff left and right, it can get hectic. You're like, what is going on? Like, why is it breaking down to the percentage of a degree? What the fuck is this? Because everyone's used to dollar this, change that. Obviously, it's in our brains embedded as preschool, kindergarten. There was not any, what's the 60, 100th decibel of the 10th power? Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't get into that shit because um, overcomplicating shit will literally make you scared, and scared will not make you any money. Um, if I create a way for you to understand this in a very simplified way, then it'll be conducive to your future. So with that being said, if you come down here, and let's say hypothetically speaking, right? You saw this coin, you saw it get some traction right here. You're the passive guy. You decided right here to buy right here because you saw it coming up, and all of a sudden you saw a dip. You're like, oh, you know what? This is a good time because it's gonna buy low to high, right? Well, the passive guy bought it here, and if you look at right here, this green line, it kind of signifies what the is. So what this is saying, what this green bar here is saying right here, and I'll try to make this as nice as possible, of course. But what this right here is saying is that 0.00000000953 per share, per coins, is what it's where that coin value is that, right? Compared to the United States dollar, is basically. Because we all know currently USD of, Bitcoin has been raised to about 72,000, etc. Maybe I'm not playing on right now, but it's raised to a significant amount. So essentially it's like 70,000 plus dollars for one Bitcoin, right? In this instance, one quote unquote, and this is just an example I'm using. I don't recommend going out and getting this. I'm just using this as a case study. This Dolly coin here is a coin essentially that is worth way less than a penny, and a fraction of a penny, right? And this is due to the virtual liquidity that is in this pool. Okay, now let's go over that. What is that virtual liquidity and what is all that kind of converters? We'll get into that. Okay, so what we've done here is we've taken essentially real currency from whether it's USD, whether it's from pounds, from Europe, whether it's whatever, but that essentially is converted into digital currency, which has significant value because you've now traded for something of value to have value. So then once you've done that, all you're doing is trading your currency that has value to something that potentially may have now value. So in the worlds of platforms, HYPs or whatever, you would be basically sitting in your USDT, but at the end of the day, you got to have your TRX there counterpart so you can sit there and make your investment, right? Well, the passive investor right here is going to be like, all right, well, fuck it, USDT. I'm going to go ahead and change everything to Solana because that's the chain we're on. And I'm going to take $500, $200, $100, whatever it may be. I'm going to go ahead and put it in on a specific coin, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out when I feel it should be pulled out. Now, it depends as you as an investor really on how active you are when it comes to your investment. If that makes sense, because at some way and form, right? There's like three different like different tiers here. There's one guy has a lot of money or not so a lot of money, but he is really busy either doing his work or just life related things does not have time to spend a lot of community building or any type of time networking in that matter. So therefore, he's just really depending on that specific investment over time to have valuable decisions on his money, right? That's that one guy. There's the second guy that actually has a little bit more time, doesn't know too much about trading, or anything too crazy. Not as too crazy as far as yield farming or any other, metrics, DApps or whatever it may be. But he does have time to talk to some people on Telegram, and make a little buzz or maybe on X or Twitter maybe, right? This is the guy that obviously is just straight up passive, and that it's like I just want to passively come in and actually come out. And if I don't come out with a large amount, if I come out with $3, $4, $5 of profit in a short period of time, then it is what it is. So, with that being said, right, we go back to the conversation in regards to the gambling game, specifically Crash. This is Crash, but in a way where the end user, which in this form, we will call them developer. DEV. Let's call that dev. Okay? Give you guys some basics ABCs here, okay? Here you go. Dev. 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 So in dev, in this point, which is every single person who essentially is the initial person who launched that specific meme coin or that shit coin is considered developer. Pump.fun, being the platform it is, has created a platform to be able to host developers like you and I that literally don't know shit about coding, but literally can type in like a simple form that a 10-year-old can answer and boom, create a coin into their ecosystem. And then that automatically be put into a higher market to start getting traded at very high ranges of money, like millions of dollars, right? So in the gamble game of Crash, that crash happens consistently because that crash is the casino. In this case, the casino becomes twofold. In this case, when it comes to specifically Pump Fun, the developer is half, 50% the casino, and the other 50% of the casino is the market themselves. However, I would actually say the developer is maybe a little bit more than 50%. Just because the developer has a lot of rules when it comes to obviously promoting the coin to know that it actually is something to be worthwhile. But also the developer has the biggest responsibility of actually holding most of the coins and not selling it to the point where it fucks up the entire market and now the coin is worth literally nothing. What we're seeing here when it comes to sites like this is a website that is able to give you basic mechanisms to be able to trade simply like they do on Wall Street, but in a digital set that has nothing to do with just facial pictures that mean nothingness. But this market has allowed it for those people who have been tired consistently of rug pulls to be able to feel comfortable with their investments and their investments tenfold just for the fact that if they lose out, they're going to blame one or two things. Again, the developer, which is the community that you're running with in the first place to pump this thing, or the community. If the developer holds 10 toes down and does not sell their share, and amongst all the ups and lows and downs of the market, eventually over time, rises because of something the developer did or whatever it may be, then this could be a natural game. Imagine if point of a percentage is somewhat valued at maybe 6 months down the road at 1 cent. Imagine if you bought one, for this point case study, Dolly coin, right? If you bought one Dolly coin and in about 2 years, this woman, who's actually a real woman, she's doxed herself on her Twitter, and that's one of the things why people are taking interest in coins like this because they say, well, because I can see you, because you're a real person, because you're giving us updates. Well, if you rug, then you'll be higher counter responsible for legal litigation because you have doxed yourself from the beginning. This is the mind state, and this could very well be the thing. The internet police are very real. That is completely a fact.
I'm a virtual assistant, not an actual person, but you can still talk to me.
Bitch, ain't nobody talking to you, Siri. What the fuck? Oh my god. That's crazy. See, hey, AI need to shut the fuck up, man. Like, sorry, interrupted my thoughts. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Dev has a high responsibility because during the ups and lows, if Dev holds most of the tokens, 30, 40, 50%, or whatever it may be, then the thing about it is that Dev will have the ability to also sell those tokens and make a pretty significant profit as well, leaving the community at shambles and you feeling like you were rugged. Because at that point, the coin will be very little to nothing worth. Not saying that it can't pick up volatility, but why would anybody want to invest in a coin that is basically not worth anything? That's a whole other conversation. But with that being said, this essentially is the guide frame as far as like what's going on right now in pop, right? So I say that to say this, right? There's many ways here to cut a cake. And this way here just so happens to be a way that, is fast paced because it allows users to get in and get out and make profits on the percentages, decimals of the dollar, right? The buy sell feature on this website is pretty good actually. Let me know. Go back here real quick. But the buy sell feature is pretty cool. Let me scroll up. There's a lot of talkage here. And by the way, speaking of the talkage here, right? I'm not gonna lie. Yo, pump.fun, they literally like let anything go in the comments. Like you could say the most weirdest shit and promote anything. So for anybody that's trying to promote your Twitter, just throw shit up there. Like people are watching, you know? And like until they get that shit calmed down, like this shit is a fucking marketable set of just fucking comments. I could probably just never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, as you see right here, the buy sell feature is right here. It's pretty simple. So once your wallet is connected to this website, it is simply a dApp in a sense. This platform in a sense is a dApp because you connect it to your wallet directly. Your wallet being Phantom Wallet or something other that you have directly connected to. And then boom, you're able to literally place a trade. You're literally making trades at that point, you know? You buy one soul, you buy and you sell low. Buy low, sell high. That's all they're doing. It's like, and the great thing about this, when it comes down to it specifically compared to back in the day when it was like the NFT markets, is this was happening obviously in the NFT markets, but the bias of the scale of what you were getting was like completely crazy because it's like you have like a collection of different assortments that have different attributes, and then you have different like rarities, and it's like it gets to the point where it just gets kind of like, to be honest with you, just not profitability is not there because it's not quick, it's not easy, it's not fast enough. So essentially Pump Fun has created a way to make it quick, easy, fun, and fast. And I'm not just trying to give Pump Fun, I'm not getting any type of referral commission from Pump Fun. Like they're literally just a platform, there's a website, there's not like, it's just, you know, it is what it is. They're the first of many sorts to have this and make it to a scale where it's very easy to do. So, um, that being said, that essentially is meme shitcoins and the power it has to be. I do want to say that we talk about, today, passive income. We talked about a little bit of the middle guy. I want to talk about really quick the right guy, which is the active guy. We'll talk about the sniping guy, right? So the sniper, in a sense, is gonna come in here. And if I can give you guys like one more time a little chart here, I'm gonna give you guys a little chart and go right into it. The sniper is gonna come in at the very launch. So let's say hypothetically speaking, where this blue line sits is like where the dude was like, or the lady, I'm sorry, ma'am. My bad. When the man was like, Dolly, she was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and launch this coin, right? And then, she launched the coin and then boom, it took it to a couple seconds to, for it hit the market and then boom, it hit the market. And then instantly, people start buying because it was like a coin that was recently showing up on the dashboard. And then, yeah, next thing you know it, she puts on Twitter and she starts to promote it and she starts to talk about it. Then next thing you know it, somebody else on Twitter sees it, is like, you know what, I'm gonna roll with it. Let's go ahead and retweet it. Let's go ahead and go to the moon. So then this community essentially gets behind this coin and causes it to rise. Right? It obviously has some downfalls. People are like, fuck this shit. Like, this motherfucker, this girl's like not gonna do a city justice. Like, and some people are like, no, this is gonna work. They're like, no, we're really lively. Like, we're getting retweet. That really is determining the price of this. So what happens though, is these snipers though, right? They come in right here. Right the fuck here in the beginning, right? They take the fucking coin down like literally right before it hits the market because there might be some leftover coins left over from the buy. We can get into detail from that like later, but that's just what it is. They come in very, 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 very beginning and get a little bit of coins, right? So therefore they would be able to right here make some good profit right here because as you can see, you buy low, sell high. There's nothing like, a mystery about this. It's very, common. So you buy low right here, sniped it, bought it super low, like super low. So like you put like $10. Let's say like, for example, you put $100 in, right? And you bought this coin right here and you sold $100 worth of that coin right here from the snipe, right? Your profitability on that would determine this really, which is right here. This number here and this number here. So whatever that is, and then you times it, man, you times it up, you times it by $100, whatever your investment is, will give you like how much you made back, and so, that's what they're doing. And so there's opportunity, basically. There's opportunity left and right all across the board, with people actively in the ecosystem of passive investors that are trying to make money. So, whew, that's a little FYI for you guys out there. I just wanted to kind of drop this video, just kind of go back into these 100x coins. Do I feel Dolly is going to the fucking moon? I don't know. I don't know, man. Am I gonna put some money in Dolly? I'll put like $20 in it. Right now it's looking like we're at like a cool, like, let's see here. Let's look at the full scale of this right here. And again, this is why people love this type of flow because they can literally sit back and make these decisions whether they want to go in by literally real numbers that's actually confirmed by the Solana blockchain, or some Soul Chain or whatever you want to fucking call it. uh, but would I go in on something like this? Yeah, it looks like honestly right here, if we're gonna have one of these moments again, if we could have another bullish moment, it would be good to come in right here. I think it would. $20 right there, might get like a nice profitable gain, but I want to, if you're just, at the end of the day, you're gambling at the end of the day, but you're trading, you're good trade. It allows people to do things that we weren't allowed to do 15, 20 years ago. And that's why I'm here in the space trying to train and teach you guys. So we'll go in a further video on how to actually get, going with pump.fun. Pretty simple. I'm going to show you about the Solana network, get into the basic stuff of that, trying to not too much geek out. But, yeah, man, that's about it. People are enjoying this shit, man, and Twitter is the actual mega ship of this, man, and it's crazy. It's crazy because you're gonna see the community grow and a lot of people with money out there just start to bubble shit, and next thing you know, you got memes of memes. So with that being said, Invest, guys, in money that you can afford to lose. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply a guy on YouTube just showing you guys, how I'm doing these plays, man. And that's pretty much it. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. If you guys have any questions, reach out to my Telegram. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys. I appreciate your time and energy. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Turn those post notifications on and